Yes, it's me, the king of late night TV, David Bronstein. I am the real Larry David. I am the real Curb Your Enthusiasm because I cannot write this stuff. If you're a big shot producer or agent, you got to get in touch with me. Each Bronstein video blog is an episode of a reality show or situation comedy. Now, a few days ago, on Sunday, my wife went to the supermarket and she came home with all these packages. And she said, I just spent $300 at the supermarket and I didn't buy any food. Do you go to the supermarket and spend $300, don't buy any food? Am I centered here? What the hell's going with this crazy machine here? I said, what did you buy at the supermarket that you didn't buy any food for $300? Well, I bought towel paper and Clorox and toilet paper. How much toilet paper can you buy for $300? Are we that much of a, we're a shitty family. That's what else can I think of? How much, in fact, I ran out of toilet paper. I have to go buy toilet paper. What could she possibly spend? No fruit. I like to eat some fruit. I like fruit and vegetables. I like to eat healthy. So the other day I went to the supermarket with my kid. I went to get a cup of coffee, and I walked in there. I thought, I'm going to buy some fruit. So I went to buy some apples. Because, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. When I was in school, I used to give my teacher an apple. When I was in school, I'd give her an apple, and she gave me a kiss. So the next day, I brought her a watermelon. But anyway, so I went to buy some apples. I bought some red apples and yellow apples. I put them in the bag. I go to the cashier, and the cashier is checking me out. She takes the bag of apples, and she puts her hand in my bag of apples. Did you hear that? She puts her hand in my bag. Why did she put her hand somewhere else? Why did she have to put it in the bag of apples, for God's sakes? She puts her hand in my... Why are you making it so loud? I'm having a conversation with my... Would you make it lower, please? Oh, Facebook. She puts her hand in the bag of apples and takes out the yellow apples. Now, do you think that I'm going to eat those yellow apples after the cashier touches my apples? She's touching money all day, pushing buttons all day, touching other people's crap, and then she touches my apples? So what do I say to her? I said, I'm not going to take those yellow apples. I'm just going to take the red apples. She said, what's the matter with the yellow apples? I said, oh, they're beautiful apples. I just like the color red. What am I going to say? What am I supposed to say? You touched my yellow apples? That's why I'm not going to eat them? Now somebody else say, oh, big deal, you got to wash them anyway. I'm not eating those yellow apples after the cashier touched my yellow apples. Why does she have to touch my apples? Why does she touch something else? Anyway, that's it. Why does she have to touch my apples? That's all I wanted to say. So that day, my family wants Chinese food. So they called in for me to go pick it up, and they must have called around 6:30 or so. So I was out for the day, and I came back home around 7 o'clock, and my wife said, "Where's the Chinese food?" I said, "I didn't pick it up yet." Oh my God, it's going to be so cold, the Chinese food, because it's Sunday, and Jews eat Chinese food on Sunday. That's what we do. So she said, "Oh my God, it's going to be so cold. I can't believe you didn't pick it up. I called so long ago. You got to go to pick it up." I went to pick it up. About 20 minutes to pick it up and 20 minutes back, 40 minutes to pick up Chinese food. Because it's where we like to get it. It's quality Chinese food. It's a high-class Chinese food, whatever the hell it is. It's very good Chinese food. I got there at 7:30. I said, "Hello, I'm David Bronstein. I'm here to pick up the Chinese food under David." You know what they said? "The beef and broccoli isn't ready yet." My wife called it in at 6:30. At 7:30, I go to pick it up. Not ready. Did you ever hear this before in your life? When you call for Chinese food, what do they say? It'll be ready in 10 minutes. It'll be ready in 20 minutes. Am I the only guy that ordered Chinese food? When I got there, there were other people waiting for Chinese food, and they were angry because their food wasn't ready yet. They were complaining, "I've been here 45 minutes. 45 minutes? What the hell's going on in this crazy Chinese food place?" It reminds me of the time I was living in Philadelphia before I came to Toronto, and I went to have a pair of shoes repaired at the shoe repair shop, and I walked in and I gave him a pair of shoes, and I forgot them there, and I left to Toronto, and I went to California, I went to Las Vegas, and 20 years go by, and I went back to Philly to visit my family, and the shoe repair shop was still there. So I walked in, I said, "Listen, you're not going to believe this, but 20 years ago, I give you a pair of shoes to fix," and I went away to Las Vegas and Toronto and New York, and I found this ticket in an old suitcase of mine, and I came back and figured, maybe it's crazy, maybe you still have the shoes. So the shoe repairman said, "Let me see the ticket." So he took the ticket, he went in the back, he came out in front, he said, "Are the shoes with half soles, black, leather tips?" I said, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. You have the shoes? Terrific." He said, "They'll be ready Tuesday." So when I went to get the Chinese food, and it wasn't ready, and I got there waiting for the beef and broccoli, which means after the beef and broccoli was ready, the egg rolls were cold, the spare ribs were warm, the rice was too hot, everything was off and shotted when I went to pick up the Chinese food. I never heard of it. Why can't I just order Chinese food? You pick it up, it's all ready. Who ever heard of, we made the lemon chicken, but the beef and broccoli's not ready. The beef is ready, the broccoli's still cold, the egg rolls are hot, but the gai pan is still a little warm. Who ever heard of this crazy stuff? That's my blog for today. It's a short little blog. The same day I went to get the apples, the cashier touches my apples. Don't touch my apples. You want to touch something, I'll give you something to touch. Don't touch my apples, and make sure the Chinese food is ready on time. That's my blog for today. Check out davidbronstein.com and bronsteinsworld.com to see more of my crazy, funny video blogs. Goodbye!